we as men, we're not great multitaskers.
Nope, we're not.
So are you, as a man, are you going to multitask going out on a date with your significant other and then going to lunch with your quote unquote bestie friend? Are you, I mean, like, what happens if you're out with your bestie friend, quote unquote, and one of your significant other's friends are out and automatically text your significant other, oh, he's out to lunch with another woman? Things like that happen.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of the Let's Rap podcast. I am your host, Jay Echo. What's good?
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Philosophical.
And today we wanted to talk a little bit about, well, we kind of just wanted to discuss a question. Is it okay for women to have male friends and vice versa? Well, I want to hear the vice versa, men to have women as friends. Is it even possible? I don't know. Personally, I think it is, but I know there are already a lot of people who have made their who have stated their opinion just based off the first question.
Yeah.
Personally, I think it's another one of those, it's a balancing act situations, and I've flubbed the balancing act and I've succeeded in the balancing act. So, it's what about you? What do you think?
I've been on the side of, kind of the old school mentality that, if you're in a relationship or dating, that I feel like, on both sides of the spectrum here, women having male friends and also a male having female friends. I look at it from a perspective of, okay, if you're in a relationship or even dating this person, how can you concentrate on this person when, you've got, now, if you've got one male or female friend, even then, I mean, from my perspective, I kind of say no. That's kind of my quote unquote standard. I don't want my significant other having male friends because anything she can talk to other male friends, she can come talk to me. And that's the way, the kind of.
But here's my question on the other side. Do you then, can you have female friends then?
No.
Okay,
it goes on. It can't be one of those things where, if this is hypothetically speaking, if I'm a man and I've got female friends and I'm constantly talking to these friends, and then I'm expecting my girlfriend to not have male friends. It just doesn't work that way. Now, I will say this. I do believe in, for example, if you are friends with, let's say, if I'm friends with you, Jay, and my wife is friends with you too, that's completely, understandable. That's cool. But and I think in this situation, we're talking in regards to, all right, when we go home, I'm calling my female friend, and when she goes home, I'm calling my male friend. That to me is it just crosses lines potentially.
This is why I say I feel like it's a balancing act, because
Why do you feel it's a balancing act? Tell our viewers why you feel it's a balancing act.
Because and this might be why I flubbed my situation when I did. Because I feel like there are healthy friendships that you have that add to your life, basically. And in the same way that you said, like, oh, if we're friends and I have a partner, somebody else comes in, by default, then you are tangentially friends, or however you want to put it, right?
So you're putting it as if your friends before you're dating or in a relationship with this person, potentially.
Yeah, sort of. But
Okay,
then
all right.
at the same time, like this is part of the reason why I feel like couples only hang out with other couples because it's real complicated when like
So
like
that's okay. Yeah, couples hanging with couples. So if you're friends with the woman before you start dating and being with someone,
Mhm.
and let's say for example, you bring your date or your person you're in a relationship with to a lunching that you always have with the female friend.
Mm.
That I feel like that can be that's a little different. You know what I mean? That's a little different as far as okay,
Mhm.
for example, hey Jane, this is Jenny.
Mhm.
Hey Jenny, this is Jane. And we
Yeah.
all become friends.
Mhm.
That to me is just one of those things where it's like, okay, um, if that's the route you want to go,
Yeah,
that's
and
cool too.
that's
I
why I say it's a balancing act
it's a
because
it's I think it's a case by case basis.
yeah, that's sort of what I'm saying. Like,
Because
cause
if you're going to introduce your significant other to one opposite sex friend,
mm,
it depends on the person. It's kind of like what's that? It goes back to standards and expectations. What's the
yeah, and
expectation that other person is going to have? That can be that even no matter what, they can come back and say, "All right, well, you know, you could be like, all right, well, what if they want you like, I don't like the vibe I get from that person."
yeah, and that's where I flub the situation because I mean being 100 about it, like I was like, I mean, I'm not sure you were reading the right thing from that. Like I don't like this is the homie from back in the day, all of
Hmm.
that sort of
Hmm.
stuff. And that's how I screwed my situation up, right?
Okay.
Because
So you
I
felt like you
couldn't
didn't, yeah.
see I wasn't seeing all of the things that they were seeing, right?
Your friend or
Um,
your significant other?
both of them.
So who do you feel was right in that situation? Would you? Well, I'll say this: would you have done things differently?
Yeah, I would have done things differently.
Okay.
But hindsight is 2020, like the route I took was the wrong route. I'll say that immediately.
Hmm.
I was like I didn't handle that properly.
Okay.
But
Would you make that same choice today?
hindsight, mm,
I mean, I'm talking about two completely different people. You have a different significant other, and you have a different opposite
friend.
sex of friend. Yeah.
Probably not, because based on how it worked out the other time, like nah, because I mean, yes, I would make a different choice. I would make a different choice. I wouldn't do the same thing that I did last time because
Hmm.
last time last time I didn't address it with either of them.
Okay.
So there was just this beef lingering and that eventually spiraled into, you know what, well, I'm just not addressing it. So it turns into this ugly situation where I have to take sides and
Yeah. And
both
this
people
goes.
ended up both
Yeah.
people ended up feeling some type of way about it. And it's just like that all I really had to do was be honest with both of them and I wasn't. So
And
yeah, I was
this
wrong in that situation.
this goes back to, can girlfriends have male friends? And since we're kind of bringing it up, can males have female friends?
Yep.
Uh, some people feel in dating space, we're not together. You're not obligated to make those decisions for me.
Hmm.
You don't have a choice or tell me what to do because of the place I put you in as far as dating. Dating is what it is. We're dating, we get to know each other, but there's always a stigma of, all right, well, we're going to You can date whoever you want to or talk to whoever you want to, but that to me just is a distraction, and it takes the focus off what the real, centralized reasoning for your dating is. I mean, if you're gonna date one person and then try to date another person and date another person, I mean, you've lost focus.
I mean, I now, mind you, I wasn't trying to date the other person. Let's get that straight right now. But
But yeah, yeah, I know, but that it can be interpreted to that.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It can
That's what
be
it was.
interpreted to that from
That's what it
from
was.
from the other person. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And no matter how much you explain it,
Yeah,
what they believe in is always going to be in the back of their mind. Like,
yeah,
all right, he or she is just a friend, but think of it from the significant other's perspective of like, all right, when he's not around me or when he's not talking to me, what is he saying to that friend
hmm,
potentially? That's always a thing where like no one wants to feel like they're not prioritized or they're just
yeah,
an option or priority number four.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think, and like I said, I think that's where I went wrong, or
Yeah.
that's one of the areas in which I went wrong. Because like I said, I just wouldn't address it, and that left all this room for doubt to creep in, for other stuff to creep in, and it just blew up
Yeah.
into this ugly
Yeah.
situation, you know.
Yeah. So you bring up some good points. So
Mm.
are can girlfriends have male friends in a relationship? Um, I think point number one is I think if that's going to be the case, even if males are going to have female friends in a relationship, I think the first thing is establish a communication with your significant other first and foremost to say, okay, I've got female friends. What are your thoughts on it?
Mhm.
But I would be very cautious when you had this discussion with them because in that situation, I mean, all jokes aside, you're a grown woman and you're a grown man, so pretty much
Mhm.
you've got to come to your own determination to say, you know what, I'm going to prioritize my significant other or a person I'm dating over my friendship with this person.
Mhm. Mhm.
They'll understand. They'll understand. They'll be at your wedding. You know what I
Uh,
mean? Well, maybe,
I
maybe.
wouldn't count on that last part. I mean, that last part
Well, I
might be a little.
mean, it's different when, like, me and you being friends, and then
Mm.
you giving up a female friend for a significant other you really like. It's different. It's a different, because if your significant other asks you, "Hey, Jay, I want you to stop talking to Philip," and that's way different than your significant other telling you, like, "Hey, I'm not feeling her because she's a female." It's
I
way
mean,
different.
that's how I got jammed up, because to me, in my head, it was like, this is a friend, and
Yeah, but
I
it's
put them
different.
all on the same. Yeah, I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I didn't
It's
make
different. It's
that.
different for
I
us.
didn't
It's
make
different
that.
for us. We're not
Yeah,
supposed to have female friends because it's being we're not
but
supposed to have
this
female
is.
friends because it's always an alternative notion to where, oh, she's more than what she is. You know what I mean?
But that's where I say, double standards are
Double standards. Yeah.
a trip, because like, we're like I there has to be some equivalency on that side, right? Now, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that this was my situation, because my situation is my situation. I'm saying
Yeah.
there that wasn't the situation we were in, but from like an objective perspective, there has to be some equivalence, like no double standards. You can't have That's why I say it's a balancing act,
Well, I
because
think I
if.
think with the double I think with the double standards is that in this situation specifically with male friends versus female friends, I think when it comes down to your significant other, feeling a certain type of way,
Mhm.
you know, the double standards are going to come. There's always been this double standard of female friends to a man is always what it is. agendas are for the physical booty calls. And then there's all I'm very serious. And then there's always been this thing with male friends, with females having male friends, exactly what they are. Friend zoned.
I
That's
would
exactly.
disagree. Well, not
I mean, friends. You got friend zone, friends
maybe
with
that's what it was.
benefits,
Yeah,
friends with yeah, friends. Not all
you
okay. Friend zone, friends with
you know
benefits.
about the 5-man team just as well as I do. So you don't
Well. You know about the starting lineup just as much as I do.
exactly. I'm saying that's why I'm saying
But
that's why I'm saying there
but
can't be double standards
but that's the
because
double. I get it. Yeah, that is the double standard. That is the double standard.
mm,
So I will say this boils down to are can girlfriends have male friends in a relationship, and can male friends have female friends in a relationship? In my opinion, no, because I feel like you start to lose focus. This goes back to what we spoke about before. If there's disagreements within the relationships, it causes a outlet to not talk to your partner about certain things.
I
It
mean, but
becomes inconspicuous. It becomes very suspicious. It becomes very, that can be a sore spot to where, you know, anything can be said within those conversations. I
mm,
would say no. Um, but I
I
will
would
say
say it is a very delicate balancing
it
act.
is. It's a
And
very delicate balance in
yeah.
that. And but we as men, we're not great multitaskers.
Nope, we're not.
So are you, as a man, are you going to multitask going out on a date with your significant other and then going to lunch with your quote unquote bestie friend? Are you, I
um,
mean, like, what happens if you're out with your bestie friend, quote unquote, and one of your significant other's friends are out and automatically text your significant other, oh, he's out to lunch with another woman? Things like that happen.
I mean,
It happens.
yeah,
How much drama
I'm
that can
not,
cause?
I genuinely can't disagree with you on this one. Like I said, I tried doing it my way and ended up all types of stupid looking.
You're
So,
not the only
I'm
one.
not.
You're not the only one. And that was probably due to the fact that you couldn't multitask.
Yeah, probably. And
Yeah, and
but
we've talked about that.
there were other factors
We've
involved,
talked about
but
that. I can't get a text from you. I can't get a phone call. No social media. I understand, brother.
yeah, it's hard, like I got a very limited attention span when it
Oh,
comes to
I know. But let me throw some
all of that
anime
other
at
stuff.
you. I got you.
I mean, first off, it depends on the anime. Second off, second off, it depends on the person who
Yep. Yep.
because it's like I said, it's delicate balancing act.
Yeah.
And multitask personally, I feel like multitasking is a myth, but you know
Yeah. So going back to our final answer here, can girlfriends have male friends, and can males have female friends? I would say no, because of the balance you got Jay talked about as far as being able to multitask. It breaks that barrier of communication. It breaks the focus. It can be a distraction, and there can also be drama. Because it comes a time, as Jay described in this story, point blank, you got to make a choice. What
mhm,
choice are you going to make? And sometimes the hard choices are not the ones we want to make in life.
mhm. Yeah.
Um, so we would love to hear your thoughts on this. If you are, I would love to hear your thoughts. One, on, do you feel it's okay to have, if you are a male, is it okay to have female friends in a relationship? Or if you're female, is it okay to have male friends in a relationship? What's your thoughts on it as far as on the outside looking in? And two, have you been in that situation before? And how have you handled it? Um,
Yeah.
from our males and females, how have you handled that
Personally,
situation?
my response to that is as long as your friendship has no ulterior motives, i.e., them people who are,
Yeah,
hanging around just hoping that somebody slips up so they can slide in,
which
that
which which can which can happen.
Yeah,
which can
you know,
happen. Which can
yeah.
happen.
So, like I
Um,
said, it depends on the authenticity of the friendship. Let's say that.
which can happen 9 times out of 10. It's
Mm.
not impossible.
Yep. So,
So if you're listening to this on YouTube, watching this on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe and also comment.
yep.
Again, we appreciate you guys again for listening and following us on this journey. And I'm philosophical and I'm out.
This is Jay Echo. Take it easy.
Peace.